Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another economic capsule regarding the Puerto Rico economy. Today we have entitled our economic capsule Fact Check Consumer Reality, because the governor of Puerto Rico recently gave State of the Union, state of Puerto Rico's economy and affairs since the start of his administration, and he just wanted to review all the achievements that he has undertaken, and of course, because it is the political sport, we are going to talk about the status, and that's what he mentioned in the State of the Union that he presently gave to the Puerto Rico legislature. And so I'm just going to fact check some of those indices and statistics so that you have an idea whether it's true or not. Well, the first graph that I'm depicting for you is the Economic Activity Index. It's a monthly index with 6 indicators, and the governor said, we have a high economic activity index since I started in this administration, and we are now really depicting substantial economic growth. Well, reality depicts something else, and these are official figures from his administration, and it depicts that as of January, more or less, or July 2021, that was the highest peak that we see there in terms of the economic activity index compared to the same month in the previous year, and that was 10.2%. Since then, it's been a declining trend, and only in the last month, in January of 2023 compared with January of 2022, we see this increase of 0.6%. Just a lark doesn't make spring come alive, but we hope that this trend will continue, hopefully, but we still don't know. We don't see that much. Another indicator that the governor has, or at least he talked about it, was that he had generated or created like 112,000 new jobs. Well, this graph depicts the 2 surveys that the Department of Labor publishes with employment figures, and that is the orange line is the housing survey, and that's based on what the inspectors or the surveyors ask people in their houses, whether they are employed or not. And so from February 2021 through February of 2023, which is the latest figures that we have, and that really cover the period that the governor has said that is about when he started this administration, the change in the household surveys was for 101,000 jobs. Not 112,000, but 101,000 jobs. I mean, that is an impressive figure. So we grant him that jobs have been generated. But remember that we are coming from an economy that was shut down since March 2020 because of COVID. And so we see this increase and recovery in the economy, but it was not 112,000 jobs. And then the other survey is the establishment survey, and that's based on payroll, that the different firms provide that information to the Department of Labor. And there, the change for the same period, from February 2021 through February 2023, it was only 93,000 jobs. Not 112,000, but 93,000 jobs. So yes, more jobs, but not as many as he indicated in his State of the Union message this week. Then the other thing that we as consumers really must be aware is our reality is that we have been facing an increase in inflation. And this third graph depicts for you the falling purchasing power of $1. The Department of Labor publishes that, and that is based on the increase in the consumer price index, which as of January 2023 depicts 5.8%. It is down from a peak of 7.2% from late 2022 through January of 2023. But the purchasing power of $1 has been going down from 85 cents back in January of 2021 to 76 cents on the dollar. So consumers, yes, they have been seeing generating new jobs, but by the same token, we have been facing high inflation, lower purchasing power of the dollar. The next graph depicts increase in retail sales, and it looks like a trend, either some fluctuating but maybe on an upward trend. But remember, these sales are based on current prices, so it's monetary terms. If inflation is high, prices are also high, so it's not truly a comeback of the consumer, but it's really more part of the combination. Yes, coming back from COVID 2020, the shutdown in the economy, funds that have been coming because of COVID from the federal government, and now we are seeing this increase in prices. So beware about this increase from December 2023 through December 20, compared with December 22, that 11.3% increase. The next graph is, because of this inflation, the Federal Reserve has a mandate to really reduce and put a break and a very fast break on inflation. It's determined to do it with the instrument that it has, and that is the Fed interest rates. And you have been seeing from January of 2022 this increase, too many increases, too fast, that has been putting in jeopardy some of the banks that we have been hearing, some of the Silicon Valley Bank and the First Bank in the U.S. And so many of these banks have been, and also even in Germany and even in Sweden with the Paribas purchasing the other Credit Suisse bank. So interest rates are rising, and that has an impact on this final graph that I'm depicting for you. It's going to be affecting automobile unit sales and also home unit sales. And here it depicts from February 2023 compared with February of 2021. The green bar is the units of cars, new cars that have not been sold in Puerto Rico. That's like 1,231 fewer units in February 2023 compared with February of 2021. That's a decline of 11.7%. And if we go to the next column, that's housing units, the blue column, for the same period, we have been seeing 378 fewer units, be it new units as well as used homes that are being resold in the market. And that represents 33% decline. So interest rates really creating havoc in terms of these two important consumer products for us, and certainly it makes life a bit more difficult in terms of lending by banks, because not many people now have the purchasing power and the credit to be paying for higher mortgage rates. We will be talking in the next few capsules about what I've been telling you is the biggest risk that Puerto Rico has, and that's the demographics. But I'll be talking about that in the next few capsules, because it does impact all this reality of the consumer. If you like our capsules, don't forget to subscribe to the Voice of Heidie Calero in YouTube. This is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse. And don't forget to give us a like in those economic capsules and the Voice of Heidie Calero. And don't forget that the economy is all of us. Thank you.